Alright then. Welcome to Cheese News, where cheese comes first, and I give a bad impression of Jeffrey Palmer. Anyway, and now the jokes round. The questions begin now. What's gross? A pile of 100 dead babies. What's grosser? One still alive at the bottom. What's grosser than that? It ate its way out. What's even grosser than that? It jumped back in for more. Question 2. Why did the koala fall out of the tree? Because it was dead. Why did the tree fall over? The koala forgot to let go. What has 2 legs and bleeds profusely? Half of a cat. Why did the baby cross the road? Because it had been nailed to the chicken. 2 guys walking along the street and see a dog licking its balls. One of the guys says, "Man, I wish I could do that." And his friend turns to him and says, "Don't you think you ought to pet it first?" How do you get 100 dead babies out of a truck? With a pitchfork. Woman goes to the doctor's, feeling unwell. The doctor takes some samples, does some tests, tells her to come back in a week. A week later she returns and says to the doctor, "Well, what's wrong with me?" The doctor says, "Well, I'll put it this way. You're going to have a lot of restless nights and diaper changing." And the woman says, "Am I pregnant?" And the doctor replies, "No, you've got bowel cancer." What's worse than 10 dead babies in one barrel? 1 dead baby in 10 barrels. And now for my topical. What's the difference between you and a blood-sucking, soul-eating parasite? Nothing. Now for the corny jokes and black jokes section. Why don't cannibals eat clowns? They taste funny. Why did Mother Nature invent climax? So that black people knew when to stop fucking. What's black, long, and smelly? The unemployment line. There's a man driving along a truck on the motorway. Sees a black man by the side of the road, runs him over. A little further on he sees another black man, runs him over. Then he sees a priest by the side of the road and thought he might get good with God if he picked him up. Picks him up, drives a bit further along. Sees another black man and thinks, if I run this guy over, I'm definitely going to hell. So I'll just swerve near him, try to scare him. Swerves near him, doesn't quite hit him. And he says, "Oh my God, I almost hit a black man." The priest turns to him and says, "Oh, that's all right. I got him with the side door." What's black and white and rolls around in the sand? A black man and a seagull fighting over a carp. What's white with a black asshole? The A-Team. Now a couple of fat jokes. What have fat women and mopeds got in common? They're fun to ride until one of your mates catches you. What do you get if there are 2 fat kids and 1 piece of cake? 1 dead fat kid. Going back to black people, what's yellow black in the middle, and funny. School bus full of blacks going over a cliff. If a black man and his girlfriend, who is also black, are in a car, who's driving? The cop. What does it mean if a large group of black people are all running in one direction? Jailbreak. What's faster than a black man running down the street with your TV, his brother behind him with your VHS? And now, my last joke. There was a cruise ship that ended up sinking just off the coast of a small deserted island. There were only 3 survivors, 2 guys and a girl. They lived there for a couple of years, doing what was only natural for men and women. After several years of casual sex all the time, the girl felt really bad about what she had been doing. She felt bad about having sex with both guys, and she thought it was so bad that she killed herself. Grim and tragic. It was very tragic, but the 2 guys managed to get through it, and after a while, nature once more took its inevitable course. Well, a couple more years went by, and the guys began to feel absolutely horrible about what they were doing, so they did the decent thing and buried her. Now for the final rubbish gaff.